But like I was saying, Copperfield in the commentary said a lot of people have not they not in the they never mentioned about the person walking around the ring of lights where there's no statue. And you know he's right, even I didn't notice that part. Trickbusters noticed the bush tree there, the hide movement. I noticed the black radar rim. Later on someone else brought that up, the black radar rim as a sundial effect. And then the Trickbusters mentioned the sheet goes about halfway so it hides reference points. And Don Wayne of Illusion Builder on the biography of Copperfield said, the way we move things during rehearsal, our calculation was off, and Copperfield had to make the cloth up toward the torch. Because he said the arm of the Don Wayne, the Illusion Builder, said the arm of the statue was still showing because the way we move things means turntable. He was encoding. Jim Steinmeier conceived the best way to do it. John Gunn, Illusion Builder, built it. Valentine, the Masked Magician, showed a different version where it's on a train track and do the same idea. And with that version, everybody would have to know what was going on. But with Copperfield, the turntable, you wouldn't know it was moving. And my dad, Marceau, said, yeah, that's true. He's been on that restaurant that goes real slow, and you won't even know you're moving. And you know what? I've also, because he's a chef, he should know he likes to keep up with chef stuff, which is understandable. And same way with these rides that go in has a turntable. I just looked normally, and I couldn't know if it was turning. But when I looked down, I could see it turning. But if I look straight on and not thinking about it, I wouldn't even know I'm going in a circle. I think it was the Roger Rabbit ride, I think, where everything go every which way. I wanted to get the same feeling too. Anyway, what I was going to do? Oh, I know. I'm sitting there rambling on. Oh, I left them over there. That's a good trick. This is not going to be easy to do. Okay. Got the dime. You got the dime. And the dime. And a nickel. And the penny. Alright. I'll lay them over here on the mirror. That'll work. I'll take the dime. It's been so long since I did this. It's kind of hard to do this sitting down. I'll take the dime and the nickel and put the penny in the pocket. It's kind of hard to squeeze. And now all three have come back. Now, I'm trying to remember how I did this. Now take let me lay it back down. I'm so used to doing it when it's laid down. They all come back. Now, I'll take the penny. I'll take the penny and place it in my hand. And I'll take the dime and a nickel and put it in my pocket. Now when I squeeze my hand, the penny is now a quarter. Now I'm going to take the quarter, get some wiffle dust, and now it's a ball bearing. Now I take the ball bearing, put it in my hand, get some more wiffle dust, and it's gone. I take the pen, give a little tap, and it's changed into a bubble. Thanks, Bob Scoopoo, for giving me a whole bunch of bubbles for my bubble illusion. You're cool in my book, Bob. Anyway, yeah. To do this trick, well, I'm just going to do the bubbles for a finale, or you could do a watch or whatever, or a car, a race car, a toy race car, or whatever for finale, or a bubble, whatever you want to do it, clear bubble. But Bob Scoopoo in the 1980s, Mac Palmer days, he did the same concept for finale. He made a red ball, I think it's rubber, appear in his hand. And I was like, I gotta know how to do that. Eventually, Bob showed me. And he didn't have coins, but he had different colored dice. He had a yellow dice, I think he had a red and a green and a blue dice, like that. And when he showed me, he had an extra yellow dice. And he gave it to me, but somehow I lost it in the shuffle, moving him into the stories house. I don't know how that happened. So, it just helped me to realize, after a while, to improvise using coins. Now, I know coins are fading out, and Bob Scope said they're getting rid of the pennies, and now I hear that by the year 2024 and up, they're going to have digital currency, and the money in your hand won't be no more. But anyway, I'm using these coins for magic tricks. They'll be, even if they're obsolete, I'm still using them. You have two of something in this case. Two identical pennies or close to it. And I have a nickel, and then I have a quarter, and I have a dime. And I'll just use this pocket instead of this pocket. It'll be the same thing. I have the finale coin in my pocket.
Hey, Billy?
Huh?
Did you eat your tuna?
Yeah, I ate it.
Okay, all right.
I ate the banana too. Alright, I have the quarter there. And I have the ball bearing. I have the ball bearing in this pocket. But I'll put it with the quarter. I'll try not to clink it. Alright?
Clink.
Yeah, very funny. I hold on to the extra coin,
Yeah, extra what?
the extra penny in my hand and finger palm, like that. You can even go like that and it looks like it's empty, but it's not. Bob Scofield taught me that. Fred Stoll taught me a lot too. Alright. That was a tent ministry, Fred and Fred Stoll. Okay. Let's see. I showed that you got the dime, the nickel, and the penny. I take the dime and the nickel. I see, I'm used to doing it, laying it down, or someone else holding it in their hand. I know, I'll put it on top of this. Maybe that'll work. I take the dime and a nickel and I place it in my hand. If I do it right. I place it in my hand, but I'm putting the extra penny in my hand that goes with it. I say I'm putting it in my hand, but at the same time I'm loading the penny in there. Now I say I'm going to take the penny and put it in my pocket. Now as I put it in my pocket, I grab the quarter and I put it in this way, or I can put it in thumb palm, or a combination of both, it doesn't matter. And I open up my hand and say, the penny has come back. You got the penny, the nickel, and the dime. Now, I'm going to take the dime and the nickel this time, or no, I forgot how to do it. I'm going to take I'm so used to laying it down on the table. The pennies come back. Now I'm going to take the penny and place it in my hand, but instead I'm going to thumb palm it and drop the quarter in the hand, and then I'll make sure that the penny's back in this position. And now I'm going to take the nickel and the dime and put in my pocket. When I do that, that's when I load the ball bearing. Now say I squeeze, 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 and now the penny is changed to a quarter. Now I'm going to take the quarter, place it in my hand, but I'm really loading the ball bearing and thumb palming the coin. And then I say I get some whipple dust. When I do that, I ditch this. I get some whipple dust or pixie dust. Bob Scofield calls it pixie dust, but wiffle dust, I call it pixie dust, either way. And then I rub, 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 and now the quarter is changed to a ball bearing. And if you want to get a wand, and as you're getting a wand, you pretend to put it in the hand, but you load, as you're getting the wand, you're loading the clear ball or any other object, and as you drop the ball bearing, and now the ball bearing is changed into a bubble or a watch or anything. You get the gist. Okay. Show the one on both sides. Go this way, this way, this way. And I keep folding it. And when I unfold it, the one is changed into a $5 bill. I don't know if you can see that it's a $5 bill. And then I fold it back up. And when I unfold it, change it back to a $1 bill. And like I said, money is fading out. It's going digital. Even if it is, I'm still going to hold on to this as a magic trick. But the Masked Magician showed how to change money by using the torn restored newspaper idea. But with Jesus' help, I was able to watch. I think it was the imploding building, yeah, explosive encounter, and he did the crazy man handcuffs like he did on the Great Wall of China, teaching a Chinese girl, and Chinese or Japanese or Filipino girl, I don't know which one. But anyway, it was in China. I know that's but walk around magic, and that was a good 8th annual special on CBS. Copper did 20 specials under his belt. Doug Henning did 7 specials under his belt. The Masked Magician, I done lost count how many specials he did. Anyway, let's see, I'm trying to think. I'm going to show what Jesus helped me figure out. I memorized Copperfield's fold. He goes like this, like this, like this, like this. And I know what he was using, so I practiced that. So this is, you go like this to show this side of the $1 bill, and you fold it this way, go up, you gotta go up with your fingers, take the 2 fingers, go up, then this comes over, and before you fold it again, this is a thumb tip. You go like, you hold your thumb on the thumb tip as you pull the other value of money behind it. Goes behind, so you're pulling it out, and then this right here goes up like this, and before it goes up, as you're going up, this goes in, slides in the thumb tip. As you open this up and slide this in, although I'm doing it backwards this time, and I'm showing a 5 change to a $1 bill. Anyway, this is how you do it. Show the $1 bill, and you fold it this way, fold it that way, this way. You show the hands empty, and then you slide it out like that, holding on to the other one. Then as this goes up, this goes in the thumb tip. As this opens up, your thumb goes into the thumb tip, and you open it up to show. I think I just showed a 1, changed back to a 1. Let me try this again. This way, that way. This goes like this goes in. Now it's going to work. Yeah, Lincoln's a $5. Show it. Bob Skipper says, always do it like this. Never like that, that's a no-no. Do it like this. Now backstage, it's like this. This comes over. This comes up. Comes over. This slides out. Puts it behind there. Then this will go up. As that goes up, this is going in. And this will open up. And this goes back in the thumb tip. Burnett thumb tips are the best. Bob Skipper let me know that. Like that. Magic Ariza said he's going to work on one It looks so real, even the fingernail will look real. They're slowly becoming that way. They got realistic feet and hands. They're mechanical. Gives you ideas, don't it? For a stage illusion, cutting in halves in many different ways. We're going over Niagara Falls idea. Anyway. There's many ways to do an illusion, but to the audience it'll look the same. Here's one that I teach my nephew Eugene and my niece Tony. I got them on camera doing it. Go like this. My nephew Williams learned some tricks too. Like this. And my niece Bobby. Go like this. Lock together. Watch, because this is cool. And Carver says, want to see it again? Got another 100? No, just kidding. Here, watch as it goes to the loop. Watch. And then the dramatic music comes into play. And he rubs it. Ta-da! Sliding these crazy man handcuffs. Micah Ammar teaches his version, and there's everybody out there showing how to do it. And this is the one they teach. And in the Marcos and Course of Magic book, and elastic books, tricks I saw at Chuck Wendy's Magic and More Magic Shop in Norfolk, but then he moved it into Ocean View area. Bob Scope at Howard Chapel went and got some magic props, and then Bob bought me some things too, including the Flying Special Genie magazine of Copperfield behind the scenes. Anyway, and the Topsy-Turvy bottles. Alright. Trying to think. And a nut off bolt and all that. Go this way, that way, every which way. Me and Dave Duncan used to go up there to see what was new. And when he was in Norfolk, he would go to Fuddruckers and we'd eat there, and then we'd go looking in magic shop of Magic and More in Norfolk. Okay, and we'd get a magazine. Okay, and then I saw Illusion. I was like, that's the one I dreamed about. And later on, Super and Roy did it. And my version was a little bit of, in my dream, Copperfield doing The Lady Without a Medal with Tony Spinell. Lady in Red is transformed to transparency with the added zigzag idea. And I'm looking in the Genie magazine, and Dave said, look at this, like, you seen a ghost? Well, that's the idea I had in my dream, but it's not exactly the same, but almost. Then America's Got Talent, there's a magician who showed how to do it. And it was by accident they showed how to do it, because either they didn't rehearse right or something went wrong. Then he said it was part of the act. Now it could have been, but the judges didn't believe him, so he didn't get to stay on long. It's like the guy did the Copperfield Webster the Duck who blasted this cannon into this cage of brass. He'll do it without a net. He'll do it with faking on it, but we'll not do it with a net. You're very kind. The Alcatraz special, and at Chrysler Hall too. But in Norfolk, Virginia. But this one magician tried to do the trick, and the other duck came out of the cannon as the other duck appeared in the cage. I knew a long time ago that was two ducks, because you could see the difference between Webster, the nice friendly duck, and the wild duck flapping its wings and out of control, but it was part of the routine anyway. Comfort also performed it with Ronald Reagan when he was president, him and his wife. that Abraham Museum stage theater thing. The Pendragons have performed there too. Okay, glad they showed on TV a lot. The something gala or something, presidential thing. I watched this hand, I don't know what's going on. But then I watched this hand, I noticed the finger went like that, and I thought, what if I did this? You could spend either $8 or $9 to learn Copperfield Crazy Man's Handcuffs. But I didn't. I just played back the VCR tape and Tommy's room. And while Tommy and the rest of the stories were probably in the kitchen or outside, I was taking the imploding building and playing it back. And on the 6th time I noticed what was going on. I said, what if I did this? And I did that in front of Tommy. He goes, how'd you do that? Would you just help me figure it out? Because I watched these hands and that was going on. On the 6th time I noticed he went whoosh, whoosh. So I thought, what if I did this? You just help me figure it out. And in 2 weeks I got real smooth. On YouTube they teach it like this. Come like this, put it on your middle finger, hide it at an angle, and go like that. But I watched Copperfield and there's no covering at all. He goes just like that. So either I've come across a new way, or this is how Copperfield does it. I don't know for sure. Whatever the case, this is the way I like it, and that's the way I learned. Nothing against the others who do it the other way. But this is the way I do it. I do it here, and it clips in between the first finger and middle finger, and then it goes underneath here, and then when you let go of the middle, and all of a sudden it'll zip around, but you keep rubbing, like you do a linking ring idea. You rub and rub it back out. Now see, that happens sometimes too, you drop it. But anyway, and sometimes it breaks. I found out it's important to have a lot of rubber bands on you because the heat in your pocket will melt the rubber band. I went to do the trick with Ned Davis and it broke. And I said, well, and he said, well, a good trick, Bill. I said, well, yeah. Maybe next time. I go, yeah. Next time I gotta remember to have more than one rubber band. I have 2 rubber bands. I know I have 2. I should have a whole bunch in my pocket in case one breaks. Always have a backup. I learned from that. This one boy connected to David Bassinet, adult. He catches, after I do a trick and I show him how to do it, he'll show me he can do it also. I was like, you're a fast learner, that's good. My nephew Liam, I showed him how to do the jumping rubber band, Copperfield's Project Magic thing. And I've read it in other books too, but Copperfield added to the Project Magic thing. And William added this. He took his thumb, stretched it, and it took me a while to be able to do that. And then later on I saw Copperfield do it. And the YouTube channel Scam Nation, or he does pranks and teaches illusions. Can't think of the guy's name. But he also teaches the Crazy Man's Handcuffs. Everybody teaches the Crazy Man handcuffs. But when everybody teaches the change the money thing. They do it like Valentino the Masked Magician. That's cool that they like to mimic Valentino. That's a good thing. But I also want to let them know that there's other ways of doing it. Do it like David Copperfield too. It's like Calverline's son, Aiden. He does good card tricks. And when I did the 1 to 5 trick, he thought I just had another money behind it, folded up, and just flipped it around. I said, well, that's the Masked Magician's way. Valentino, that's a good idea, but I'm just letting you know that you can use a thumb tip. There's a book called Over 50 Tips, Over 50 Ideas to Do with a Thumb Tip by Dorn Artowitz or something like that. Anyway, Bob's got the 2 books, Bill Tarr. Now you see it. Now you see it. Now you don't. He's got both of them. At least he did. The guy that shows good drawings of the sleight of hand with coins, cards, and cigarettes. We don't smoke, so we can substitute a pencil or a pen or something like that. It's like the pin through the quarters. You gotta say 6 or quarter, and you gotta ask for heads or tails. I go on the tail side, because if you order on the head side, then if someone memorizes the date, then they'll know that it's not the same one. So I order on the tail side, because they say, oh, you're doing it because of Copperfield. No, that's not it. It's just I picked the tail eagle side because the date's not on the eagle, it's on the front. Although when before I got it, I thought it had a heads and a tails, and I thought that it springed inward and a hollow coin that went downward and a circle went downward. Well, I was only half right. It is spring loaded, and it does have a round mill circle on it. It does have a spring in it, but it's only on one side. Then someone took the idea and made a heads and a tails. Still not my idea, my version of it, but they made the flap so that it's differently, so you can show a heads and a tails. And then anytime you can switch it out. But that version, they use a rubber band, and once it breaks, there's no way to put it back together. Where a spring lasts longer, as long as it doesn't get rusty. You got the red, blue. Now that's blue, red. And you got Copperfield. Does it like this. And he did it on a talk show, and the guy said, do that again. He said that'll help people motivate their skills and motor skills and all that, mind reading and all that. It's in over 500 hospitals around the world. Now it's like 5,000 hospitals around the world. Copperfield got the idea because of a magician. He would write back and forth in letters. This was before email and the internet. I mean, the government had it, but then released it to the public. Later on, it's like Copperfield said, he gets all this high-tech stuff and uses it as illusions, and then later on, give it to the public. It'll come to the public, and it'll be well known by then. Let's see what we're going to do. Oh, no. So it all mixed up. Mix it up more. Uh-oh. I think I goofed. Oh, no, I didn't. Phew, scared me for a minute. I didn't goof. Okay, good. Okay, let me mix it up some more. And then ta-da! Same bat time, same bat channel.